Let's start this podcast off talking about strangulation. That's a great icebreaker.
You can turn my mic down a little bit.
Turn your mic down? Okay. Strangulation, huh?
Wait, are we allowed to curse or not?
Yeah. Say what you mean. You say what you want.
Okay. You said the thing.
Yeah, except for like mean stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
No.
But you say what you mean, whatever you want.
You can't be like, fuck them kids, you know, but, you know.
But we can't talk about strangulation.
In an appropriate way. I won't talk about strangulation. I'm not that into that.
Bella, when we were talking earlier, you said something really we're not gonna say no names, but like people who ask you to like see stuff in random times. That what you said about the guy was like, hey, come look in my van. That was so, hey, that was funny as hell, man. 'Cause I didn't know that shit really happened, but like in movies, but it really happens.
Yeah. Are you talking about the thing I just said or on Facebook?
What you said? I didn't know it was on Facebook.
I told a different story on Facebook.
What'd you say on Facebook?
So, 2 years ago, I moved down here. I used to live down here with my ex, like down the street. And so I started walking down to all the bars by myself because he wasn't really someone who wanted to come down here and hang out too much. And so I would just come down here by myself. And the one night I went to Milestone, and there was a guy in an automatic wheelchair. And it was like super sick. It was like a sick automatic wheelchair. It looked expensive. And so he was sitting at the bar. It was like high enough that he was sitting at the bar. And so he started buying me drinks. He was like old. He started buying me drinks. And I was like, what? He can't hurt me. He's in a wheelchair. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, and he was nice. He was, I mean.
He was, I don't get a choice to be nice.
So he started buying me drinks. And then he said, where are you going after this? And I said I was going to go across the street to Buzzbin because that's when they were still open.
Right.
And he said, do you want to ride over there on my automatic wheelchair? And I was like, fuck yeah, I do. And so How
was the ride?
So I felt the wind in my hair.
Oh, he had a fast one.
I was riding on the back. Every time I tell this story, everyone's like, oh, you sat on his lap, didn't you? And I was like, I rode on the back, thank you.
Yeah, you rode like peg style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was super cool. It was like super tricked out. And so we went for a little ride around downtown before we even went to Buzzman. It was amazing.
Y'all went around?
I felt like Lana Del Rey.
Oh, shit. Did you see like the Centennial and all that stuff there? A nice ride through Canton, right? We went there. You saw the AEP Tower. Yeah. Night. It was all lit up.
We saw all the sights. We saw the faces on the building.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Jerry, we got a crazy bar story? I know you have a couple thousand in one.
I don't know of any crazy ones, as most of the time I don't know, I forget half of them because I'm so fucked up after. I don't know if I have any crazy bar stories.
I seen someone get knocked out at a bar.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it was crazy. Like, you know.
Was it at the Oracle?
No, this is when I was in college.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure something happened at the Oracle too. Shout out to Josh.
I always see fights at the Oracle.
Really?
I love it there. I go dancing every time they have dance night. So fun. But I always see a fight.
At the Oracle?
Yeah.
Man, this fight that I saw, I was 19 years old, 18, 19. And we were outside of this bar. We used to do these things called Freestyle Fridays.
Okay.
And we seen a guy like get thrown out. You know how they throw people out in the movies, like one arm, 1 foot, and they all just throw him out. He goes, ah, like Jazzy Jazz did. So this is kind of like that. So we just hear the door open and this dude get thrown out. Small guy, right?
Oh.
But you know, when you drunk, you be thinking you tough sometimes.
Big and bad, yeah.
Little dude thought it was big and bad.
Poor little guy.
He gets up and he's like, I want my shoe. He had no shirt on and one shoe was missing. So I saw his point. So, okay. I need my shoe. But they're not letting him back in the bar.
He had one shoe on?
He had one shoe on, no shirt. So he was having a good time, but he must have went too far.
Oh.
He goes up to the bouncer. The bouncer is 6'4", muscles. Don't touch me. And the dude's like, I want my shoe. He's pointing in his chest. And he said, if you touch me one more time, I'm going to lay you out. And the dude was like,
oh my God.
and he was like, all right, bow. It was like in Friday where he got knocked out. And it was like, oh, shit. He got knocked out to where whatever you heard snap or break, everybody was like, ooh.
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
And when he got up, he must have knocked the drunk out this dude, because when he got up, he was like, oh, I need to do my homework.
What?
I swear, he started talking about school. I got to finish my assignment. I got to do my homework.
Delusional.
I think he just broke his brain.
He brought something because, like, when he was drunk, he was rah, I want my shirt. The one point, but he said you touched me one more time, and he was petty and did one time.
Right.
You can't play with bouncers like that.
Little man syndrome.
Gotta be.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm blown away at the fights at the Oracle though.
Yeah.
You go there a lot.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Oracle, by the way.
Yeah, I love the Oracle. My friend Peyton works there. Love her.
Shout out Peyton.
Shout out Peyton. We had a trio show together here one time. She's great. But yeah, every time they have dance night, a bunch of people from the hub we always go in a little group over there. We love dancing.
For sure.
We go break it down. Sometimes I wish they played different music, but that's okay.
What kind of music do you like to listen to or dance to?
A bunch of different things. Sometimes things that other people wouldn't, so I don't blame them for playing things that are like generally fun to dance to. I like dancing around to like circus music sometimes.
Circus music?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't like clowns.
Why?
Clowns terrify me.
Really?
Why are you laughing?
Wait, are you
must
scared
be-
of clowns, or are you scared of people dressed like clowns?
Both? I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. So,
I
like,
pranked you. It's the same thing.
and like when she said that, all I saw was I was like, oh shit, she's a clown
I have
with
a
no
tattoo
makeup.
for Pennywise.
You do?
Because I'm attracted to him.
But it was an adult movie.
So good.
That was when I thought I was over my fear, right? But when he turned into like the big it and
With
he,
the spider legs.
yes, when he like came out the movie screen,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm
Oh,
scared of clowns again.
Such a good scene, though.
You like clowns for real?
Yeah.
What you like about clowns?
They're hot. I don't know what to tell you.
Clowns are like serial killers to me.
John
Remember
Wayne
it?
Gacy dressed up as one.
That's true.
This is true, Bella.
That's very true. But I didn't think he was like an attractive one. He's a horrible person aside from that fact also. But
Yeah.
it has to like, there's something about like Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise. He kind of looks like,
The first one, right?
yeah.
The recent one?
The remake.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one was Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry.
Shout out Tim Curry.
Shout out Tim Curry, huge Rocky Horror fan. We would go to see Rocky Horror down here at the Camp House Theater every Halloween also.
Okay.
But something about the remake, his lips are like juicy. I don't know.
Wow,
It's
so you're
something
like
about it.
attracted to clowns.
Yeah.
So this is like a.
I need something. I like something a little funky. I like something a little funky and fabulous.
So the man in your life, got to wear a clown costume.
I would love. Shout out Ben Sandy.
Hey, Ben, man, you better take some notes.
Come on, Ben. I will pay for the outfit.
I don't know what it is, man. You talking about clowns and you said Rocky Horror Picture. So are you a horror movie fan?
Oh yeah, big time.
Jeremy?
Big time.
Oh yeah, I love horror movies.
What's your favorite horror movies,
Yeah.
Jeremy?
I mean, some of my favorite series are like the Saw series,
Yes.
Halloween.
Yeah.
What is it? I love the Annabelle universe. I just hate Annabelle Comes Home. I trash that movie every time.
Is that
somebody
the one
plays
with
it.
the orphan girls?
No, yeah, that's the one where the little
That's what I
girl
thought it
goes in the
was.
room and touches every literal fucking thing in that
Yeah.
room, and it pisses me off so much.
I ain't really got much on the Annabelles. What's your favorites?
I do like the It movies.
Okay.
But I think Black Swan. I like psychological horror
Okay.
as well. Black Swan, The Shining, stuff like that. I mean, they're not similar. They are just both psychological horror. But like, I was a huge fan of The Shining for a long time. When I was 19,
Shining is like a dope.
yeah,
it's dope
I watch it
movie,
like
man.
every day.
That's a
I love
dope
it.
movie.
It's so good.
I think it makes more sense. Like when you're young, you don't realize like a lot of it is based on mental health. But when you become
sure.
older and you watch it, you're like, oh, this movie is heavy.
Honestly, especially as an artist, like
Yeah.
I feel like him when I'm here for hours and hours and I have no choice but to be here working on a commission or something like that, and I'm just going fucking crazy and I
So do
want
you
to go
see two
murder my
little
family.
girls like? well, I was like, wait a minute. Well, we're not going to excuse that.
I'm kidding.
She said, sometimes I just can't paint a piece and I just want to kill people.
I just want to murder my kids.
No, that movie, my favorites are the Dawn of the Dead series.
I haven't seen those,
Yeah, man.
which is crazy. 'Cause
The first one, Night of the
love
Living
these.
Dead, was crazy. Like an old one. That one was dope because the main character was African American. And at the time, they didn't want that, but it was a black and white movie.
okay.
And Dawn of the Dead, and I like 28 Days Later
Okay.
and 28 Weeks Later, and they're gonna do another one 28 years later.
Yeah.
But that whole concept of like those zombie movies,
I love zombies.
That would I like zombie movies, but hate clowns. Isn't that crazy?
You know, there is something that's kind of fair because a zombie is just it's just a corpse that's like rotted. But clowns, they're freaky. They have like they have like a bit. You know what I mean?
Like you ever just wait for a little bit with just some makeup on, then
Right.
transform.
Right. I would love to do like makeup on horror movies, special effects makeup, or like I would love to like work on The Walking Dead. I love that show.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything similar to that? Like done makeup for people or on people?
Not for other people, just for myself. I would do special effects makeup on myself for Halloween. I actually was Pennywise for Halloween one time, and how he has those red lines. I did it to make it look like cuts on my face, and that was really fun. But I worked at Factory of Terror as a scarer one time.
For real?
Yeah, and I didn't do my own makeup. Someone else did it, and I hate to say it, no offense to that person, I felt like I could have done a better job.
Oh.
But it was okay.
Say what you mean. Say what you feel.
Yeah, yeah. I could have done way better.
You worked at Factory of Terror?
I did for one night because
One night?
Yeah.
Why you worked there for one night?
One night because they are not. Some of the people there are kind.
Okay.
Most of them, in my experience, were a little bit rude, but it was a very busy night and people were very stressed out. So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but a lot of people there were rude. A lot of the other scarers were very rude to me. But that's okay.
And you just left. You think you would have did a good job before the
I finished the whole night, and then I left. I didn't leave until probably like 1 a.m. And then I texted the woman and I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Would you go to a horror, like a
Haunted house?
Haunted house?
Yeah.
Any
Love
other
haunted.
time?
Yeah. I love like Halloween weekends at Cedar Point. That shit's so fun. I love people like yelling in my face. It's just so fun. When it's like...
Learning a lot
that,
about you, Bella. Learning a lot of... I'm learning some things, you know? Jeremy, you like haunted houses?
I do, but I prefer like to actually like go like ghost hunting because like I've been to a few haunted houses, but like I've never enjoyed like the jump scare like thing that they have going on.
Do you get mad at them?
No, I laugh at them.
That's fair. That's fair. One time,
Learning a lot about you too, Jeremy. You know what I'm saying?
I went to the Haunted Hoochie a few years ago with a bunch of people, and I mean I was in the middle, so I seen everything coming as we were going.
Right.
But I'm still like just laughing, having a good time with the actors. A few of them got mad at me because I was trying to high five everybody. And I'm like, bro, this is fun. It's not scary. What do you want me to do?
yeah, I can say a lot of like guys that looked like they were like college age guys always try and fuck with you. They come ask for your number because they think it's funny. They stand there and like stare in your face and they don't move. Like they're weirdos. I did like the ones that would come in with their girlfriends though, and then they would whisper their girlfriend's name to me so I could go scare the fuck out of her.
See,
that's fun.
I never been to a haunted house.
Really? Why?
No.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's so valid. I'm not judging you at all.
I'm
so
judging
fair.
him. I'm judging himself.
See, I'm the type where I go into a haunted house, I'm going to forget that these are like real people.
Yeah.
I actually know a guy on my mail route who works at Factory of Terror.
Really?
And I still would go in there like, yo, this is really, really haunted in here. I should probably be watch my back. Not knowing that someone could be like, hey, Jean P. I'm like,
You're
oh,
right.
shit, you know me.
That would be hilarious.
Michael, yeah, that would be kind of weird. Like somebody being in like a Michael Myers costume and being like, oh, Jean P. That'd be
I love your music,
You're
man.
right. He'd be like, oh, hey, man, love your last album. I'll be like, thanks.
What's that one song you have, Walter or something?
Yes.
Love that song.
Yo.
So good.
You would appreciate this as a horror fan. You know the inspiration I got from that song? And thank you, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
There's a movie called Tales from the Hood.
Okay.
And in this story, there was a kid named Walter. Mm-hmm. And he would draw pictures of people who did him wrong and crumble them up. Their bodies would mess up and like crumble up and fuck up, right?
That's cool.
So when I wrote it in the perspective of a young kid who had an abusive father. And so I wrote it from his point of view. So like in the movie, he finally realized his gift and he drew the monster. His mom's husband at the time would turn into a monster. He would get upset.
Right.
school, like I said, ugly green skin, hands covered in slime. That's how his hands would look. And then he finally drew a picture of him and crushed him. And like his bones broke and all this stuff. So
That's so sick.
I got that from Tales from the Hood. So shout out to Horror.
Yeah, shout out, man.
That's dope. Thank you. I appreciate that,
of
man.
Of course. Ben and I listened to that song.
Shout out to Ben, man.
Shout
That's
out
my
to
dude.
Ben. We love Ben Sandy here.
We gotta get Ben on the show sometime.
Oh my gosh, I would lose my marbles.
You should have had him come and put on the costume since we found out a kink of yours. No, I'm just playing.
Would have loved. No, you're.
She was like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
I mean,
ran out the door, John, if he came in here.
Yeah, I probably would have ran. I'd be like, "Yo, Ben, you host the show right now. I can't look at no clowns." Man.
I would do his makeup and everything. I would love that, but
I think that's not fair. You being an artist, I know your Halloween costumes are fire, and everybody knows like, oh, we know Bella's gonna win the costume contest
that's
because
the thing. I love dressing up. I love it. I will go all out for Halloween because I love Halloween so much. But last year, I didn't end up doing it. We wanted to go as Velma and Shaggy, but I wanted to be Shaggy,
dope.
and Ben wanted to be Velma. I thought that would be fucking
that'd
hilarious.
be dope. What's been one of your favorite costumes that you've
That's a good question.
besides Pennywise?
I went as Chucky one time, and I did special effects makeup for that too. Like the cuts on his face, I did all that on me, and then I have the outfit, and then I have, I gave it to my friend who also is an artist here, but I had a Chucky doll with me at the time, and I put him in a baby Bjorn on me, and I went to a college party in Akron U, and that doll got passed around so much that night, but I also used him to block off people I didn't want to touch me.
Respect.
Yeah, people would try and like grab me to dance with me, and I'd be like, "Dance with Chucky.
Dance with-
He wants to dance with you."
Yeah.
So
Because I approached people, but here's the baby. Take the baby.
exactly.
Jeremy, you got a favorite Halloween costume?
I didn't really dress up much except for when I was younger. Probably like Spider-Man when I was younger because I was a huge Spider-Man fan.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man? Out of anyone who's played Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Okay, that's valid.
She don't like that
I
answer.
don't.
She
But that's
don't
valid.
like it.
Listen, everyone can have their own opinions. I love.
Who's
Andrew,
your favorite?
Love Andrew Garfield.
Why did I know you were? gonna
Because
say
here's
that?
am I that obvious of a person? Here's the thing, Tobey Maguire. I did grow up watching.
I was going to say Tobey
I
Maguire.
love his.
He's
I watched
just
his
nostalgia.
all the time.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
all it is.
yes. I watched his at my grandma's house on like. I forget what they're called. You're gonna clown me.
No, I'm not.
What are those called? The fucking black boxes. So,
The VCR.
Oh, how old are you, Bella?
I'm 24.
Oh, God. Okay.
I know what they're called. I promise.
She was like the ones you put the big black
What are
movies
those
in.
black boxes again?
And you put the big things in them and
Don't
then
they
watch
have
Spider-Man.
tape in them or something?
You
Yeah.
gotta spin it around and rewind it.
That's me being unk age. I know what that is.
What are they
yeah.
called? CDs? Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't think of the name, but we would watch Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man on those at my grandma's house when I was younger. But
CDs or the tapes?
yeah,
So which one?
CDs are discs, right?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I know. I used to collect CDs.
DVD? Was it on
No,
DVD?
it wasn't DVD. It was a
Okay,
VCR. It was VHS.
That's-
It was
Okay.
a VHS.
Damn, VHS is like prehistoric now to
Too
like
many
a lot
letters.
of people.
Too many letters nowadays.
Damn, man. VHS is up the past like for real. Like, that's crazy.
Do you know anyone who has a VHS player and uses it regularly though?
No.
Hey,
I probably would just for shits and giggles, but I don't know.
that's fair. Yeah, I don't think I know anyone either. My grandma might still, but love her.
Yeah, shout out grandma.
Shout out grandma. Shout out my other grandma. Love both of them.
That's what's up. Well, Bella, this was a great introduction. For those listening, we have Miss Bella on the show.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Cool.
Can you shout out your social media where they can follow you at before we go on the break?
So, also speaking for movies, my Instagram name is Miss Bella Lovett because of Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd. I love
Nice.
Sweeney Todd.
I like that.
That's my Instagram. If you want a friend request me on Facebook, go ahead. I add strangers, might be dangerous. I don't care. You can add me if you want. My name's just Bella Feliciano.
You like white vans, so you'll be all right.
Exactly. Love white vans. Always curious. Always curious.
Jeremy, where can they follow you?
You can just follow me on Facebook at Jeremy Andrew or on Instagram at _Jinja_Ninja_1.
Jinja Ninja.
Jinja Ninja.
Are you? That's amazing.
Thank you.
You sound like Seth Rogen.
I get that.
When we say it, it's a roast, but it's a compliment.
No, it's not a roast. I love Seth.
I get that all the time. I've been called Seth Rogen's little brother for years.
That's a compliment.
I take he's like
Some
my idol.
people good
He
for
is
real.
my idol. Yes,
I love Seth.
I love him. He smokes pot and does pottery. What more? Can you do? What more can you do in life?
Oh my gosh, I want his. He makes some really dope stuff. I want like.
And they're all
Seth
one
Rogen
of
is
a,
hilarious.
they're all one of a kind too. Like if you buy his vase, nobody else is gonna have that one you bought. So-
Exactly, and they're not even like that expensive for something that a celebrity like that big is making. They're not that expensive.
I gotta get you a set. When's your birthday?
It was March 5th.
Okay. Before mine, I'm March 6th.
You didn't know?
Wow, no, I did not. I forgot.
That's okay. I can't remember everyone's birthday.
When's your birthday?
How old did you turn?
25.
Really? Mm-hmm. I turned 25 on October 18th.
Oh yeah.
Look it up.
Feel
Wait,
very.
no.
Two
I lied.
25-year-olds, Leonardo DiCaprio, will not
lied.
be attracted to us
lied.
anymore.
I'm 24. I turned 25. I turned 24.
That's too old for him.
You're saggy and to Leonardo DiCaprio now. I'm sorry to break it to you.
You can follow Zach at ZWorthy68. You can follow Krishan at Krishan_White on Instagram. You can follow me Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok at Jean P. the MC. And the podcast, SWYM Podcast on Instagram. And subscribe to us.
Woo.
YouTube.com/Jean P. the MC. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, all that. Bella, you gonna stick around with us for a minute?
Yes, I am.
All right, man. Jean P. the MC. Jeremy in the house. Miss Bella, say what you mean. Peace.
Peace.
Say what you mean. Mean what you say. I'm from the 330. Where them boys don't play. Say what you mean. Mean what you say.
Love that. I just dressed as Tina Belcher last First Friday
Yeah.
from Bob's Burgers, and I went to the.
I was definitely thinking that with the Wendy's pigtails, like
Yeah.
the Wendy's girl, like
Yeah, my hair used to be all completely like.
if the girl from Wendy's started smoking weed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
Wait.
my gosh! Wait, I love that. That's my new Instagram bio.
What if the girl from Wendy's smoked
Stoner Wendy's girl.
Yeah.
That's me. Love that.
weed? We back, y'all. Episode 148 of the Say What You Mean podcast. We have Miss Bella on the show.
Hey.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
That's what's up. That's
I'm
what's
feeling
up.
great.
Thank you for being on the show.
Of course.
Real good
So
way to start it
welcome.
off.
Thank you for
love-
having me.
Of course, man. We love to make our guests feel just comfortable and being on the show and just having a good time. But before we get into the interview, we got to pay some bills. So it's sponsor time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, sponsor time. Our sponsor being your home, the Hub Art
Yay.
Factory.
Thank you, Hub. We
Shout out
love
to
you.
Tim Carmody,
Shout
man.
out Tim Carmody.
Bella, I usually ask my guests what do they think of the space, but what's your relationship with the Hub?
So I started coming here 2 years ago, and man, I feel like so much has happened in 2 years,
Yeah.
but that is also, to be fair, a pretty long time if you're coming here frequently. So like at first I was a little nervous. I kept asking Tim what all I was like allowed to do when I first started coming here, and then once I got more comfortable, I just wanted to be here all the time. So I was here a lot, and then me and my ex broke up, and I ended up like kind of living here for a minute, which I think a lot of people have had a similar relationship to the Hub, being like young downtown, sleeping here. I've heard some other people have done that too, and I'm like, it's nice to know you have a place you can do that if something happens with your home, you know what I mean? And you don't live there anymore. So Tim is super cool, and he let me stay here, and it was sad but comfortable at the same time.
Right.
And then
It's all good. I'm like, somebody Snapchat going crazy right now.
It's the Hub group chat actually, but yeah, I just love it here. It does feel like as soon as I walk in, I'm just so comfortable immediately. So I love my studio. Whenever a new studio space frees up, Tim will ask whoever, based on seniority, ask if they want to move into that space. And I don't think I will ever change my studio. Even if a bigger spot opens up, I just love it back there because it's also just like kind of secluded.
Yeah.
So if I want to work with people, obviously I'll like come out here and work with people, and it's super fun. I love doing that. But if I want to go do my own thing, I get to like hide in our little hidey hole back there. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I love that about the Hub too. It feels like home.
Yeah,
and it's pretty
absolutely.
dope that you being an artist and having a chance to live here for a little bit
Yeah.
is dope too, because it's always giving that vibe.
It was giving tortured artists for a long time, and I was like, this is great. Even though I was super sad all the time.
Gotta go through that period, man.
Yeah, I was like, I felt like I learned so much, you know what I mean? So, and I definitely poured a lot of it into my art, as corny as that sounds. I did, and it was awesome. So
You know what they say sometimes, like, best arts come through like pain, struggle.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely. And also just like you work on art a lot to get your mind off of things sometimes, and you don't realize how much time goes by during the day when you're working because you're doing something you love so much, or you're just whatever. It's such a good thing to get your mind off of other things. So.
That's dope. Shout out to the Hub Art Factory, man. Shout out to Latrice Snodgrass at Equity House, Aaron Dukes, Pristine Steam Wash. Yeah, man. Shout out to our sponsors. So, Miss Bella Feliciano.
Yes.
Where you from? Let's start from the beginning.
I am from Canton, Ohio.
What side?
So I've only ever grown up in, no offense to my parents because I love them, but very shitty parts of Canton. I lived over by the Factory of Terror for a long time on Worcester.
Okay, Northeast.
Yeah, and we lived on a dead-end street, so it was like a pretty sketch. Our house would get broken into and our cars and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, I feel like always growing up in like bad areas, there is something to that where you do learn a lot. I feel like I also learned to be more like aware of my surroundings that way, to be fair. But yeah, I grew up over there. We moved a few times, and then we moved to Akron when I was 14 or 13, and we lived there for like 7 or 8 years, and that was over by downtown Akron, which was cool. Downtown Akron was okay. I prefer downtown Canton because I think there's more community to it since there's so much going on in downtown Akron.
Right.
It's a lot bigger. So then I moved back to Canton when I was like 20, something like that. And then I've lived here since. But yeah, I was born and raised in Canton.
You're the middle child of 5 siblings.
I am.
What was it like just growing up being the middle child?
Oh, it was great.
Really?
Because Christmas, my siblings would always fight about if we open presents, oldest to youngest or youngest to oldest. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm right in the middle.
I don't give a fuck.
Y'all
it's the same for me either way, bitches. But yeah, it was fun. This is going to sound like weird, I guess, but like I like knowing what it's like to experience having every type of sibling. Like I have an older brother, younger brother, older sister, younger sister. And I think that's so cool because there's such individual relationships, you know what I mean? Like there's such specific relationships. But I'm very close with my siblings. I love them. Shout out to my siblings.
It's like being on the outside looking in, being the middle child.
Yeah. I love watching how all of our relationships morph and change over the years when we get older into adulthood. My little brother just turned 18, so we're all technically adults now, and it's definitely been interesting, but all of my siblings are also very artistic, so.
What other types of art do they do?
My older sister, shout out to Olivia Feliciano. We love her. Stitch Hollow on Instagram. She makes crazy crochet shit. Like, she crochets dolls, bags, hats, all this crazy stuff. It's crazy how good she is.
Wearing crochet hats.
I was about to say you might want to hit her up, get you some new hats for your hat collection.
Yeah, man.
You should. She made one for Ben, and she made one for me. She's awesome. She's so good at crochet. So she actually was sculpting when we were kids, and I always thought it made me nervous to try sculpting because she was so good at it, and I was like, she's really good at like a lot of stuff. So I was always nervous to try whatever artistic thing she was into. She's great at painting. She's so many different things. My little sister, Anna Marie, amazing at graphic art. She does all of her stuff on her tablet. Her mind is unlike any. If you met Anna Marie, that's who you should have on a podcast. She has the craziest mind, craziest brain of anyone I've known in my life. She's insane, but she's awesome. Love her. My little brother makes music on his computer. He's really amazing. And then my older brother, I don't see him that much. He lives in like a mansion in the woods.
You don't get to see him?
Not that much. He lives in like it's like 5 floors, and they have a maid. It's him and his husband. And I'm like, you and your husband have a maid for 5 floors? What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Never home.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a beautiful house, but I'm like, I don't see him that much, but love him too. He's great.
Does he do art or?
He's into some artistic things. He's more into music. He's so into pop music. He's into a lot of different like pop culture stuff. That's like his thing. So he doesn't really do too much physical art, but yeah, they're all great. They're all very talented.
So you also mentioned in your bio that you were a dancer up until you were 19.
Yeah.
Different styles? What's your favorite style of dancing?
Hip hop.
Hip hop?
Hip hop is great. I loved contemporary, modern. That was fun too. Hated ballet, but
You
I still
did?
did it. I did it because I knew it was important. It built up all the muscles you need for any other type of dance.
I've heard dancers say that, like, you have to do ballet just for the experience, but it wasn't always their favorite.
No, it was boring to me, but that's okay. It just wasn't my thing. Hip hop, I wanted to, after dance, I just wanted to like leave being like hyped up, you know what I mean? And like, I want to sweat when I'm dancing. I don't want to like be at the bar doing like the same thing over and over and over. It's mainly about discipline and technique with ballet, but it is important if you want to be a good dancer in like other styles. But I taught tap to little kids, but I didn't actually know it myself.
So you were teaching kids.
I was learning while I was teaching them. I was like one of the assistant teachers.
So you had like your tap book and was like, all right, y'all, let's do this step. Let's try
But
it.
I love tap shoes. They're so fun. I would wear them all the time if I could.
Are they hard to,
They're so, the only
obviously
thing
tap
is,
in?
no, it's easy to do, but they're slippery. So
I think
like,
of Savion Glover. Like when I see tap, I think of tap. I just think of him because every time he would do it, he just make that shit look so easy, man.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's just like kind of, there's something goofy about it, but I love it. It's so fun. But yeah, I only knew like beginners. I didn't take it myself.
So you just taught the kids like beginners
I was
course for 6
lying.
weeks.
I was lying.
You lied on your Indeed profile, huh? You were like, yeah, I know how to do tap.
Yeah, are you kidding? I lied about more than just that.
On the Indeed, you trying to get this job? I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So when did you begin to take art as your main avenue? Like when did you begin to take it serious? And you said 22 in the bio here?
Yeah, so it was actually when I moved downtown because before that I was mainly just like, I would just paint. I would paint a lot. I didn't sculpt anything really. I would just paint a lot at my house, wherever I lived with my parents. And then when I moved down here, when I was 22 and I started meeting like artistic people, Riley Lovelace actually was the one who introduced me to the Hub.
Shout out to Riley.
Shout out Riley, love you. She's due to have her baby in a few
Yes, congratulations to you,
Congrats,
Riley.
Riley, love you. But yeah, she introduced me to this place, and there's just something about like once you start meeting an artistic community and getting to know all these people without even meaning to, you start learning so much about art, and it just makes you want to do it all the time. So when I was 22 and I started meeting all these people, and I met Tim, and I started renting a locker here, and then eventually getting my studio space, I was just like, man, I just knew I wanted to do it like way more and do way more mediums than just painting. So then I got into sculpting.
What do you think you learned just getting into art?
I've definitely learned it makes me feel so much better about myself than I ever thought something like this could, because it's fun to do and you feel good when people commission you for stuff, and like that kind of stuff is kind of obvious, but you don't realize like when you try something that you were scared to and then you're good at it, or even just like you like what you made. Like when I first started sculpting and I would sculpt these weird little creatures, I was just like so excited about them, and it made me feel so good about myself.
Yeah.
And, like I didn't realize how much doing art can make you kind of love yourself in a way, and that was kind of amazing to realize because I didn't think that's how I would feel really.
And then being in an environment like the Hub with other creatives,
Yeah.
like I'm not a visual artist, but even us just being here for an hour or two, you feel that creative burst
Yeah.
that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, man, I feel like a vibe in here, but it makes you want to
Absolutely.
do more.
Yeah, because these people are so talented. Everyone
Respect
here.
to them, 100%.
Absolutely.
Tell us about so I see you do some more stuff. You model too.
I do.
What don't you do, Bella? Because I see these pictures. I've seen the pictures you've taken. You and Heidi and Riley have done them?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your modeling, and we gotta get David Dingwall on the show,
please
man.
get David Dingwall.
Have you seen his photos,
I
Jeremy?
don't think so, no.
Dude, he is sick.
Before I actually had like contact or spoke with you and Riley, and I've seen y'all modeling pictures, I was like, what studio is that? Like these photos look like y'all been modeling forever. I love the work that Heidi does and what you do as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so David Dingwell is, he usually rents out space at the Creatives, which is down the street by Basil.
Okay.
They have just rooms, basically like stage rooms or just like rooms for photographers to rent out to do photo shoots, and it's a super cool space. And he's worked out of a few different spaces, but that's the one he's been doing frequently now. And man, he's just so talented.
He's dope.
He's so sick. He's awesome.
Really good.
And I've been working with him for, I think it's coming up on 2 years now, actually. Riley introduced me to him as well. And then when I started to become friends with Heidi, and she works with him as well. So we all kind of work together as a team sometimes. We'll do like, when I do a photo shoot with Dingwell, he'll be taking pictures, and then Heidi's there with her camera and is also taking pictures, but she's also like the second eye that I need, like the director sometimes, or I'll help direct other girls' shoots too. So like, it's always a team effort, but we have so much fun, and Dingwell really respects our ideas as well. It's not just him being like, this is what we're doing, this is how you're dressing, blah, blah, blah. He has his ideas sometimes, which I'm always happy to help him execute, but he really always wants to help us like do our shit. Like, I did a shoot with him I had a collection of dead flowers before, and I was like, can we please use these for a shoot? I have a huge idea. And he was like, I don't really get what you're trying to say, but we can figure it out. And as soon as I got there and laid it all out, and I came in my outfit and my makeup and all that stuff, he left it all up to me, and he loved how it came out, because, you know, he lets us execute what our ideas are.
That lets you execute those ideas.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's great.
How many shoots have y'all done? Because it seems like y'all do so many.
Yeah, that's a good question. I should count one day. There have been so many, but I mean, we've done a lot of them on our own. We've done a lot. I've done one with Riley before, which was awesome. I love when he does shoots with two people. I think it always comes out so sick. But
was he involved with Heidi's recent shoot? Because Heidi just did
of her outside.
Yes.
Yeah, he took those.
And they were on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know how they come up with these concepts, but they are fire. I'm talking like Heidi had like the ears.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think, because I know she does some of her own.
Okay.
Also, she does some like self-portraits, and then David does some as well. But yeah, we do. Both of us have done so many at this point. Riley's done a lot of other girls down here, some girls who have had lockers here or whatever. We always like to introduce people who come down here initially to Dingwell if it seems like something they'd like to do.
I haven't met him yet.
Man, he's awesome. He's a Disney adult, though.
Is he?
Unfortunately. He goes to Disney every like 3 months.
Really?
It's crazy.
He goes every 3 months?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I just want to go once.
I just want to go one time.
I know. I'm like,
I didn't know you go many times. Yeah.
Must be nice. I grew up in poverty, sorry.
Right, yeah. I was thinking like, shit, you got to damn near take out a loan to go to Disney nowadays, man.
Literally. He's bald too. You'll get along.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
You got me back because of the Wendy's.
You can touch your bald heads together. That would be so cute.
So, how would you define your style of art? Let's talk about your art.
Oh, gosh. I don't even know. I feel like I like to... Do you know what the uncanny valley is? Do you know what that is?
I don't think so, no.
It's like a concept where it looks realistic, but there's something off about it. So like if you go to like a wax museum, that would be considered like that kind of style where it looks realistic, but you know there's something off. I like stuff like that. Like, I like sculpting realistic faces, but what I'm sculpting all together looks like fucking weird. I just like sculpting things that will make people uncomfortable. And I think my favorite thing I've ever sculpted is probably, we had a superhero themed show here one time, and Tim said you can do art based on a superhero or make up your own superhero and do that. And I sculpted my own superhero, and he's completely naked and like his dick is out. And he has like boobs, and he has a realistic looking eyes. And he's standing on like a pile of trash. I can show you later if you want, but
yeah.
I just want to make people uncomfortable.
Like, you like dysfunction a little bit.
Yeah.
That's dope. So tell us about some of the shows. One thing I have when I've seen your name is always involved in like different shows that have been here in other places.
Yeah.
Tell us about, I'll first ask you your favorite show that you've been involved with here at the Hub.
Oh my gosh, definitely my trio show. It was with Riley Lovelace and it was with Peyton Hop. And that's their studio's right there. And I wasn't expecting to get a trio show that soon after joining, because I think I was just coming up on my 1 year here. I hadn't even been here a year yet, and I was excited to get a trio show. And so we had blocked off the walls downstairs, so we each had a wall in the gallery, and we painted. Mine was green, Peyton's was black, Riley's was pink, and we like painted the floor to match, so it like went on the floor and then up the wall. And it looked super sick, and I'd never seen that much of my art in one place at one time, because I ended up having like 20 some pieces in that show. Man, it was a crazy feeling seeing that much of my art in one spot and getting to do it with two of my close friends also. It was just an awesome experience, so that was cool. But as far as group shows go, I would have to say Illuminate.
That was dope.
That shit is crazy. It was so crazy. This year was so much crazier than last year. I mean, they just...
That show low-key went viral.
Yeah.
I was seeing pics like everywhere.
Yeah, people couldn't get in the building.
That was the one that Jordan was the photographer of.
Yeah, you know Jordan?
Yeah, of course I know
Shout
Jordan.
out Jordan. We love him.
Jordan.
Oh my gosh, I got him to be the photographer because we've been friends since I was like 16. That's awesome.
Shout out to Jordan.
Yeah,
man.
he did a great job as the photographer. It was crazy because Heidi is the curator of that show, and then Sandy is the co-curator, and they did it together last year as well. And this year was just so much crazier than last year because, I mean, they learned a lot from doing it for the first time last year. So, yeah, this one was awesome.
Tell us about it. Like, what was your favorite moments of the show? Because I saw it and was like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah, it was so sick. I think I got my little sister to be a model as well, which was awesome because she had never done anything here before. Mm-hmm. And so that was cool. But August, who does art down here, she has stands during First Friday a lot outside. She does really amazing art, and I asked Heidi, I said, could I have August be my artist and paint me? Because before, I think Heidi kind of would pick who did what, or it wasn't as I didn't feel like for the first time we did it that I could go to Heidi and ask for a specific artist. But this time I was like, let me just ask, because I love August's work. And so I thought it was awesome that she got to paint me. But I think my favorite part of it was I made like a crazy looking crown, and I made it out of like bamboo, and it had like all these leaves and shit on it. And it was cool that we got to work together instead of, just her doing her thing. We just worked together on it, and it was awesome. So,
it's a fun question to ask you. If you could put like the ultimate show together,
yeah,
like what kind of show would you do? I feel like I kind of know what you would do.
Oh gosh,
it would definitely involve some clowns.
I would love to do a freak show. I would love to do a freak show.
The words out of my mouth.
I would love to do. I think that would be so sick, just like something gross.
Would there be like specific artists you would want on it, or you would?
Yeah.
What kind of?
Erica Catherine.
Shout out to Erica.
Shout out Erica.
Erica's dope.
I think I learned everything I know from Erica, to be fair. When it comes to sculpting, she's the only other sculptor here. I learned everything I know from her. She's awesome, and she is whimsical.
That would be dope.
She's crazy. She's amazing, but I would love for her to be in it. I think Ben would do something cool too. A lot of people here, since there's so many different styles, I think everyone here would do something so different, but it would be so cool. I would love to sculpt like a two-headed person or something.
Really?
Something weird. I think that would be such a cool idea. There's so much you can do with that.
I could definitely see you guys doing a type of show where like the hub turns into like a haunted house, but it's just art.
Yeah.
And I feel like you would do a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like good in a respectful way. Like you would do some of the dopest things, man. I've always liked that type of art. Jeremy, you got any questions? Anything you like to ask?
I was just going to ask, like, what's your favorite piece that you've ever, like, commissioned for or done?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
That money. Yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely some commissions I've done that I just finished one, actually, I was really proud of because it took a long time, and it was kind of expensive one. It was the whole Bob's Burgers family. Someone wanted me to sculpt.
Oh, wow.
Plus Jimmy Pesto. And so I sculpted them, the whole family, and it took a long time, but it came out good. But I would say my favorite I've done just for myself, that was like an idea I had. It might have to be, I do like the superhero I did, but the first one I ever did was a zombie, and it has real teeth and real hair. And it was the first sculpture I ever really sat and tried to make really good. And it's the first one I made like that size. Before that, I only had done like little things. And I had the idea to put the real teeth in the mouth, and then It has my ex's hair. Shout out to him. He's
You kept
great.
that? Or
Yeah.
you just donated?
No,
I'm about to ask, like, did you say, hey, I know I don't really like you, but can I
do you want
borrow
this
some of
back?
your hair?
No, we love him. All good terms.
That's what's
Everything's
up.
fine.
Respect.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's completely fine that I still have his hair. But yeah, I think I was so proud of it because it looks gross in the way that I wanted it to. And I loved the real teeth idea, and that kind of launched my thing with like teeth. Now I always put like teeth and stuff. And so I'm definitely proud of that zombie. So I will definitely show you him later because
love
he's
to see
super
that.
cool.
I would love to see that. Just like, do the ideas, like, what's your creative process like? Like, how do you prepare to work on something? Does it just kind of hit you, or you just let the mind go as soon as you look at it? Like,
Right.
what's your process?
Honestly, I just like most of the time I will just start making something and just like do it as I go, and then my ideas come like as it's morphing into something. But sometimes I mean I have some ideas like now for sculptures. I knew the one I'm working on right now. I knew I wanted to design my own tooth fairy, and make it like freaky looking, and so I started doing that. And it's definitely like it always changes from how I initially think of it, but that's always a good thing because it's just me morphing it into like more so something I would like or something that's more my style. So yeah, usually I just kind of wing it though.
What advice do you give to artists that do what you do, who just need like to know where to start? You know, I think it's that you got into it at 22 years old.
Yeah.
Versus you think it's something that people just born and get into.
Right.
But what advice would you give to someone who wants to pursue what you are doing?
I would definitely say that, like, do not think age has anything to do with
Facts.
it. Don't think that experience has anything to do with it. Just try it, because I promise, like, you find so many different things you love doing when it comes to different mediums and different things you want to try. And if you try one thing, it leads into something else. And it doesn't matter how good nobody starts out being like fucking amazing at something. You know what I mean? So don't think age or experience has anything to do with wanting to start. Just, you can be 50 and start doing it. You know what I mean? I don't think that matters. So that's definitely something. But also just talk to other artists, because like I said before, you, without even realizing it, you just learn so much just by talking to them just on a day-to-day basis, not even asking them questions. You just automatically learn stuff. So I think that's important too.
Let me ask you this. I forgot to throw it in there.
Yeah.
This whole week I've been seeing a lot of like AI this, AI that, and seeing how easy it is. But me knowing artists personally who actually do the work, what are your thoughts on AI?
So I think that there are this is going to sound kind of mean, but I think that there are too many dumb people who think that it is not AI when it comes to a lot of, like, if you see art, in quotes, on a social media and the comments are like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This person's so talented. I'm like, that's what I don't like, is it's just so easily automatically thought of as like not being AI. And I would like if there was a way to separate it more so, because it's obviously going to exist no matter what at this point. But like, man, there are just so many people who think it's so real. There will be like a statue made out of bananas, and they're like, who fucking did that? That's amazing. I need to speak to them.
Man.
I'm like, come on.
I'm like, I seen a picture of some like ninja cats, and they were like, this is amazing. I'm like, he just typed in cats with swords.
Who taught them how to do that?
Right. And like nobody was like, oh, this is a good idea. It's like they're typing in words.
Yeah.
I had to ask you that because I come across his Instagram page, and this guy is making these type of videos where it looks like it's a cult, but it's like really good art, and like he's being praised for it. I'm just like, that's dope. But like he just literally typed in.
Just type in words, yeah.
I think is that the new art, just knowing? Because now people say with AI, for it to be successful, you have to type the prompts the right way versus getting the right tools and just creating the shit.
Right. To be fair, I can say, because in my experience being here too, or just being in the art community, I have seen people use AI to help inspire them to do something themselves. And I think it's cool when you can use it as a tool instead of just using it to make your art for you. You know what I mean? So I think I've seen some AI freaky stuff people have made on Instagram that I've screenshotted, because I'm like, I can work off of that and give me an idea for something weird to make myself into a sculpture or a painting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it can definitely be used as a tool. It doesn't automatically have to be horrible, all artists stay away. You know what I mean?
Right. There are like pros and cons to it.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
I always wondered. That's what I wanted to ask. I'm like, well, some artists have said it's good. Some
Yeah.
artists have said it's bad.
Yeah.
So thank you for answering that for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do a section called Peace, Positive Point, where you say a quote, I say a quote, Jeremy says a quote, and then we'll get up out of here.
Okay.
All right. Jean Peter MC, episode 148. Say what you mean. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, episode 148 of the Say What You Mean podcast. Miss Bella Feliciano, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
This is a fun episode.
So fun.
Did you like it?
Yes.
You been on podcasts before?
Never.
First time?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, man. We're everybody's like podcast first.
Not to be inappropriate, but you took my podcast virginity.
You said it. We
Let's go.
like for the guests to say it first because we don't be trying to get canceled or nothing. So thank you for saying that.
I've actually never lost my virginity because I never lose.
Oh, bars. We ain't got no
Exist.
air horn.
I'll say, what happened to your soundboard, John?
We gonna
You
get
had
it
for
right.
Like a week.
We gonna get it right.
Oh my
Everybody just left us. Zach's doing his thing, and Krishan is handling adult duties. You know, so it's just a crew.
Yeah.
Bella, can I ask you a funny question?
Please.
A real question?
Yes.
Would you go to a crockpot festival?
What's that?
Jeremy, you want to picture our idea?
Please.
So it's basically like a crockpot cooking show, like cooking competition. You'll come there, you know, you'll have people, you know, make a crockpot meal. You end up tasting it, but while you know you're waiting for it to cook and stuff like that, you'll have like other like fair activities like rides, maybe some performances, an art show, maybe.
Yeah.
Pennywise might show up.
That sounds sexy.
Just like a little festival thing, but the
sounds
main
awesome.
attraction is going to be that crockpot taste testing towards the end.
That's actually a great idea.
We gotta make this happen. We just trying to turn
I would love that.
people into believers.
I believe.
Thank you.
I believe.
It's like the ribs burn off, but crockpots.
Crockpot.
Yeah. The rock pot burn off.
Do you like? Oh, Bella, you giving us all these good ideas.
That sounds
Jeremy,
sick.
what you doing in the crockpot? You got any crockpot recipes today?
I don't think so. I think
No?
I'm just gonna order probably like Wendy's or something again
right.
for dinner.
Bella, what's your Sunday plans?
Oh, I have a little B-Day party to go to.
Nice.
One of the girls here, well, she used to have a locker here, but it's like the hub group is at this like little party right now. So I'm gonna
Nice.
go maybe swim, and then I have dinner at my grandma's every Sunday night. We have dinner at my grandma's. Very Italian. She always makes pasta every Sunday night. So.
Oh,
Yeah, it's sick. We've been doing it since I was like, probably before I was born. 'Cause it's only been since I can remember. But
Pasta Sunday.
can I tell you the most Italian thing I've ever seen in my life?
Yes.
One time, Sunday night, I walked into my grandma's house for dinner, and my dad and my uncle were eating pasta with like one hand, and they were like cleaning their guns with the other hand. And then I was
yeah.
like, "Are you in the fucking Italian mob? What the fuck are you doing?"
They had somebody sleeping with the fishes the other night.
Yeah,
so they had to clean
exactly.
off their shit.
Exactly.
Cement shoes.
In the drink.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny. I was like, this is hilarious.
This is super Italian.
Yeah, but it's awesome. So yeah, gonna go do that. Have some pasta.
That's what's up. I'm just chilling this Sunday, man. You know,
Yeah.
just adjusting to the week, just relaxing. So nothing too crazy.
Is that usually like your off day? Would you say?
It's my off day today from my work, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
me doing the podcast and stuff, you know. So it's not really a work day. It's more of my fun day. I
Right.
talk with people every week and hang out with the guys and
Right.
be creative. So Sunday's my creative fun day.
Have you ever read anybody's mail?
No, I can't do that. It's illegal.
Okay,
Why?
he just winked at me.
No, I did not. I ain't never written no $1 million checks. You know, nah. I would never job.
I could never do that because I would be too curious.
Hell no. Would be a mail lady.
Yeah.
You would open people's mail like, this letter looks
If I knew how to like strategically seal it again, maybe
You're going to jail.
Yeah, you might be going to jail, Bella. There's no strategic way to close.
I would never last. So this is the last time you're seeing me.
They were like, Bella, your route's mail keeps getting open. I don't know.
Man,
It's like a cool letter.
I would immediately find someone in jail so they can like make me their bitch because I would not survive.
You open somebody's
Hey, I'm
mail.
going in here for a while. Open some
If
letters.
anyone
Can
needs
you
a
be
bitch
nice
in
to me?
jail, shout out to anyone who needs a bitch in jail.
They be like, we're going to kick her ass for just the opening letters. What are you in here for? Opening letters.
Being too curious.
They'd be like, yeah, kick her ass for that. It's real killers in here. No, I'm just playing. Don't open no letters, Bella.
No, I will never and have never.
It's not going to be a white van. It's going to be a black van.
Bella Feliciano, you ever write to remain silent for tampering with mail? No, but y'all know how we give it up on Sundays, man. Peace, positive point. We love to end our show on a positive note. Quote that means something to us. With Bella being an artist, I'm sure she has a quote that means something to her. So we want to know that. So who wants to kick off Peace, positive point? You want to kick it off? Or
Sure.
Go ahead. What you got for us?
It's definitely a popular one, but it's one I love. Kurt Cobain. I would rather be hated for what I'm not than loved for what I am.
What's that mean to you?
I mean, there's so many ways you can be influenced because you're embarrassed of something you like, or whether it's a style or just something you want to do, or it's a way that you speak or a way you do your hair, literally any aspect. It's so easy to be influenced to not do it just because you're embarrassed, or you think someone won't like it, or someone says you're annoying, or someone says it's ugly, anything like that. It's so easy, which I understand, especially like with someone who has like social anxiety. I understand, but it's just so rewarding when you do what you love and you dress how you want and you do the art that you want, listen to the music you like, and that's how you find the people who agree with you. That's how you find your community. And that's how you eventually will be around. You won't be around those people who are going to judge you for it. You know what I mean?
The people who don't follow. Like, we were just talking about, like, Drake and Kendrick, just hypothetically, you know. And I just love that, like, people who have their own opinions, their own identities. That seems like a rare thing in this world these days, because everyone's going towards what everyone else is going towards.
Right.
So, like, the individual people are people that I'm a fan of. Could you say that quote one more time?
Sure, yeah. I would rather be hated for what I'm not than loved for what I am.
Kurt Cobain.
Yes.
I like that.
Shout out Kurt Cobain.
Yes, sir. Jeremy, what you got for us?
Mine is the elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs one step at a time.
What's that mean to you?
Slay.
I mean, that just means everybody's always looking for that quick overnight success, you know, the fastest way to it, but they don't understand that real success comes from actually putting the work in, doing it one step at a time.
Yeah.
Until you're actually reaching it. That's when you'll actually be successful.
Yeah,
I like that, man.
for sure.
That's a good point, Jeremy. And my point is from Henry Moore. It is to be an artist is to believe in life. To me, that means to be creative, to be inspired by what's going on in the world, and still create art. It says a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because some people don't have outlets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to be inspired by what's around you, you have no choice but to make art. You know what I'm saying? There's times where I get inspired by the day, and I'm like, man, you know, I want to write something or make a beat or something. But something in life inspired me to do that. And I think to be creative, you have to appreciate your life and just life in general.
For sure.
People who feel like you have to force it, you can't force creativity. It just has to come to you.
True.
You got to be inspired by something.
Yeah.
You know, like when people write books about how to be creative, I personally believe there's no formula to it. You just have to be that.
Yeah.
You get creative by just being anywhere.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Being in spaces that promote that. So that's my quote. To be an artist is to believe in life.
That's awesome.
I like that.
I love that. That's
Any
a great message.
Yeah? I like that. Appreciate that, Bella. Any last shout-outs before we get out of here?
I don't know.
Shout out Ben Sandy.
Shout out Ben Sandy.
My homie Ben, man.
We
Gotta have
love
you on the
Ben.
show, homie.
We love you, Ben. Please come on the show. You're amazing. And he's one of the smartest people I know. He knows so much about so many things, so that would be sick. But yeah, I mean, shout out to the people at my day job. I love them as well. I know it's not as fun as your hobbies. Like, I would rather be doing art, obviously, but you know, I've met some really great people through my day job. Shout out Holly.
Respect.
She's amazing. She's awesome. I love bringing new people around this space anyways. So whenever I get the chance to meet new people, whether it's getting a new day job or not, I love meeting new people and getting to bring them into the space. So that's always awesome.
That's what's up. Your last shout-outs, Jeremy?
Just shout out you guys. Shout out Krishan and Zach, even though they couldn't be here. Shout out my family, friends, the pod.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out you guys also.
Thank you. Appreciate
of course,
that.
of course.
Yeah, shout out to Bella, shout out Jeremy, Krishan, Zach. Shout out to my man Chase behind the camera holding it down for us every Sunday. I also want to give a shout out to the listeners, man. This is our 148th episode.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So we still going strong. We still at it. We can't be stopped.
Can I come back on for your 420th episode?
Yes.
Yes.
The irony.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it.
Maybe by then I'll let you maybe come in like a mask.
Yes.
Clown mask or something.
I will go all out.
I know
go
you
home.
will.
Yes, I will.
And I got another positive point, by the way. I'll be locked in. Are you my friend? Instead, that's my positive point. We out of here. We'll see
Shout
you
out
next
Kendrick.
week. Shout out Kendrick Lamar. Sean Peter MC. Say what you mean. Peace.